Well, hello all, and as most of you know, Regina recently went on Have a Seat with Chris Hansen to talk more in depth about Kai and Onision. If you have not watched the interview, I would suggest you go over there and give it a watch. It was, in my opinion, done extremely well, and it gave a lot more insight into Kai's alleged involvement in all of this situation, as well as Onision's forums. Regina explains that she came across Onision's channel because she was watching a video on reasons not to commit suicide. And she found that video because at that point in her life it was something that she was considering, and she states that for whatever reason at age 12 that video helped her to decide not to do that. I for one am very glad to hear that she decided to go the route that she did, and I'm also glad that she was able to find something to help her come to that decision. But it does make it sound like not only are Onision's videos targeted at a young audience, they are also targeted at a young audience that may have experienced an emotional or mental trauma, and you can of course take that for what you will and draw your own conclusion. Regina goes on to explain that she met Kai because she was browsing Instagram and really liked one of Kai's posts. She proceeded to comment on that post and later on ended up in a DM conversation with Kai. She explains that the process was very gradual. It started out as just friendly conversation and slowly crept in some comments here or there about Regina being sexy or hot. She states that since it was such a gradual progression, she didn't really find it strange and kind of liked the attention. And she also says that around this time she was between 15 and 16 roughly, and this was something that was allegedly known by Kai. Regina explains that it moved to personal text messages and to Skype calls, and she was also a moderator on Onision's forums and eventually Kai's Facebook and other social media. Regina goes on to recount a time where Kai allegedly showed up on a Skype call topless while Regina was 15. Regina explains that she did find it weird, but she didn't want to show that to Kai. She wanted to play it off like it's totally normal and everything is okay. She goes on to allege that that progressed into exchange of nude photos, some being sent from her to Kai and from Kai to her, and this was around the age of 16 allegedly. Regina explains that while she did not have much contact with Onision, she was told by Kai that Onision would be fine if they were in a relationship together, and at one point she actually thought that they were in fact in a relationship, but she then found out shortly thereafter that Kai was now involved in a relationship with Billy. She states that she was invited to Kai and Onision's wedding, and at the time she was really into photography, so they asked if she wanted to come and take pictures of the wedding, but ultimately her mother did not let her go, something that she says that she was very upset about at the time but is now thankful of. Something that Regina went on to discuss was the Onision forum, and one thing that she brought up that I haven't heard discussed too in-depthly was she alleged that not only was Onision asking for photos of fans, but there were other adult males talking to people that they knew were underage females, flirting and allegedly asking for pictures of them. And if this was something that was in fact going on, that is extremely scary to me and something that I feel should be looked into. Regina states that from her point of view, she feels now very much like she was being groomed and manipulated, and she feels like Onision and Kai are predators. And she even went on to say that she felt very much like it was like a cult-like mentality. I for one am very glad to see Regina doing much better, but while these are still allegations at this point, I really think that somebody should look into the Onision forums, even if they're archives or anything that they can get a hold of, because if there are adults flirting with or trying to solicit photos from children, that is very scary, and of course these kids' pictures and information could be shared all over the internet, so I think it's something that's worth looking into. Billy is the next scheduled guest on Have a Seat with Chris Hansen, and of course I will be there. As always, you guys can leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments section, and if you'd like to sub, that would be awesome. As many years as I have been silently following this story, it seems to be getting crazier and crazier, and I am just waiting to see what the outcome will be. But that is all that I have for this video, so for now, I'm out.